we all know round is a shape, but hi, I'm Glen Phillips from South Wales in Mountain Ash, and you're watching 5 Minutes with Fletch.
Yeah, so obviously you've been training with the Team GB boys, getting ready. How's the training been so far?
Yeah, we got some real good kids coming through. We're really looking forward and expecting real good results from the boys out in Holland now in a fortnight's time, and hopefully all the hard work will pay off for us all.
So what do you look for in the kids to pick the team? Because obviously you have a lot of days where the guys can come try out, and what do you mainly look for to pick the team?
There's a lot of different things we look at. It's with the children. It's very difficult because you need the family backup as well. It's not just all about the rider at the minute. As they get older, it comes more about the rider. But when they're young, we've got to look at the whole package as well with the kids, how they ride, how they react, how they behave, how they listen to instructions, how they take on board while we try and help. We also try and help teach the parents as well with the likes of bike setup, how to react and how to not to behave, but what to do, and we try and teach them to educate themselves as well, so they can help the kids when we ain't there as well. Um, it's it's a long process, but one I think is very rewarding for everyone involved.
So like, what class are you expecting the best results out of from the riders?
Um, to be honest with you, we got a very strong team on the 65s, the 85s, and the 125s. We got some real good kids coming through. Um, and I think it's going to be a very difficult meeting because the track's in deep sand, which we don't have much of that here in the UK, which is why we went and hired the track that we're racing on in Holland to help the kids out and do as much as we can with them, try and help them along the way and give them the best possible chance we can. All the chances that we never had growing up.
Obviously we've got sand tracks here, but it's not like the deep sands of Belgium and Holland.
No, the tracks out in Holland, especially Herde where we are going, it's not the deepest of sand like a Lommel then, which is sort of bottomless, but it is also very different to what we have here. Probably one of the deepest tracks we have here in the UK is Fat Cats or Preston Docks. It's deeper than both of them, and the track develops a lot differently. So we're just trying to help the kids to teach themselves to pick lines, develop, adapt to the track as things are going, and try and basically teach them all the things and try and give them tips and hints and everything that we've learned over the years to help them get on and not make mistakes and progress as quickly and as safely as possible.
So you're racing the over 50 championship this year. How did you prepare going to season? Because obviously with British weather in the winter, it's like most tracks are non-rideable.
To be honest with you, through the winter I don't ride a great deal. This year I've been doing quite a fair bit of training with Tom at MotorFit online, just getting physically fit and getting my fat ass in shape, or some sort of shape anyway. We all know round is a shape, but try not to be so round. But I think you don't forget how to ride a bike, I don't believe, but if you're fit inside and healthy yourself, I believe that the bike fitness will come on its own.
So obviously you're racing Foxhill and Farleigh.
Yep, we're doing both Foxhills and Farleigh, and the World Vets coming up now in the over 40s class. So hopefully we've put ourselves on the right road and we can practice what we preach, what we're teaching the kids, and they can throw stones at me then instead of me throwing and shouting at them.
So have you been riding a two-stroke more?
To be honest with you, the first time I got out on the two-stroke was last week for the first time in a long time. Just making sure everything's ready so I can get the bike ready in time for Foxhills. We got a little bit more time then to get it ready for Farleigh. But I'll probably ride the Honda in Foxhills and the Kawasaki in Farleigh, and just see how it goes. And I'm pretty good. I can jump from bike to bike pretty quick and adapt pretty sharp.
Because I believe they're both 500.
Yes, I like the big bikes.
So like, what's the difference? 'Cause obviously in like your 90s, you had the big battle of which was better, KX 500 or CR 500. You rode both. What's your take on that?
Personally, myself, I prefer the Kawasaki. I think the power of the bike is more friendly. I find it easier to ride, and I think the power suits me more. The Honda is a little bit more aggressive, but I think the handling is a little bit more nimble than the Kawasaki. I think it's horses for courses. I think different bikes suit different people, and I think different bikes suit different tracks.
So you're riding the Kawasaki in the over 50s?
Over 40s. I'm not that old yet, but I'm not that old yet. I'm only the same age as your mum, man.
You actually?
I think I'm younger than your mum.
So like, is there much of a difference of your feel of the 450 to the 500 other than like the different sound?
Yeah, there's quite a bit of different feel, to be honest with you. The 450, to be honest with you, is a lot more forgiving than the 500. The 450 and the 4-stroke is a bit easier to ride. Obviously, there's 30 years difference in the bikes because my bikes are the older ones. But everything just works on the new stuff. Nothing's worn out.
Like, if you break something on the new bike, it's like 5 days away. Whereas you break something on one of your older bikes, you're doing 5 days of searching if it's like a difficult part.
Yeah, luckily enough, I got a motorcycle shop myself, and I'm pretty hands-on. I do all the mechanical work myself, so we have quite a lot of stuff about this, and we can get hold of things pretty easily. We have a couple of bikes between a few of our friends, and we've had them for quite some time now, and we've built up quite a fair bit of stock on parts and bits what we need. So we're quite lucky that way.
So obviously you were a youth champion.
Yeah, we won a little bit through the youth coming through. We won all the championships. We won an under-21 championship and a British 4-stroke championship. Just managed to get the British Vets Championship a couple of weeks ago. We've done the Evo Championships and the Super Evo Championships, and we've done all right over the years, and with pretty decent living out of it for a few years, but never really earned any money, but earned enough to live on.
So like, did you enjoy racing as a kid, or did you see it as a task? Because like nowadays, parents are starting their kids on these really small electric bikes and almost like wearing them out by the time they're 15.
I think a lot of the fun factor has been taken out of the sport a little bit for the kids now because it's so expensive. I loved riding the bikes as a kid, and I was always bribed by my parents that if I didn't do well in school, I couldn't ride my bike. So I had to behave and do the school. And if I didn't behave, I couldn't ride or go racing. So it worked both ways for me.
So like, if there is one bike, any bike in the world, you could go ride for one day at any track in the world, where are you going and what are you riding?
Ooh, bloody good question that is, boy. Real good one. I think it'd have to be one of maybe Thorpe's factory 500 Hondas around somewhere like. It'd have to be Hawkstone Park, wouldn't it? The iconic location of Hawkstone on a factory 500 Honda, pretending to be Dave Thorpe. That'd be great.
What, like, as you're going up the hill, because from a spectator point, it looks like straight up.
No, there's quite at the top of the Hawkstone Hill. You get about 3/4 of the way up, and you have a big sandstone ledge, and very often you can hit that, and you can jump up, and it goes flat, but it also kinks a little bit. And to be honest, Hawkstone Hill is bloody horrible. Everyone goes, I want to go up the hill. I want to go. Going up the hill is the easy part. It's coming down that's the naughty bit.
Have you ever like had a big crash there?
Yeah, I set the bike on fire once on Hawkstone. Crashed on the bottom of the hill on a KTM 520, and I went up in smoke. We had, in fact, it was Dave Thorpe, Keith's dad. Dave's dad, Keith, sorry, put it out with a pit bud, shoveling sand on it, where the bike was on fire, and I was sparked out in the corner.
So do you remember much from that day?
No, not a great deal to be honest with you, but there is a photo kicking about somewhere. I think I got it on my phone.
Guys, don't remember to like and subscribe.
Right.
For your
Thank you
time.
very much.